Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Plays. It's been a very long time since I made a video, 2 years in fact. Actually longer than that, because that was just when I last uploaded a video. It's probably been about 3 years since I last made a video, and I'm just going to make a very quick video now to explain a bit of everything, to keep you in the loop, show you that I'm not dead, like some people have actually asked, which, you know, I'm quite grateful, you know, that you care that I'm not amongst the living anymore, but I'm fine, don't worry. So I made a few pointers to remind me that over the past 2 years, quite a lot of stuff has happened, and I want to make sure that I'm getting everything down. I don't actually need these. Let me put these down. Sorry about that. Okay, so one of the main reasons that I kind of lost a lot of time to Let's Plays was the fact that I was working full-time. I didn't have a job most of the time during my Let's Play adventure. And then when I got a full-time job, I kind of lost a lot of interest in doing anything that wasn't programming, because I just got so into it that I kind of compartmentalized everything else into a box in a corner under a rug, you know. So work kind of took over quite a lot of my life. And then last year is when most of things went wrong. So near the start of the year, around, when was it? About March-ish, I'd say. My boyfriend at the time, Dodge, I've mentioned him before a few times. We broke up then after 9.5 years-ish. So that kind of ruined me for a little bit. But we're okay now. We're cool. I'm totally fine. But it did take a while. And that became quite difficult because he was still living with me, and we had another friend living with us temporarily while he was trying to find work, because he'd just moved here from America. Eventually, when those two had moved out and I was on my own for a while, just kind of doing my thing, my funds started going down slowly because I was paying for a place all on my own. So I got somebody else to join me, who was a nice man. He, you know, just another friend of mine. And after a while, you know, things were starting to get a bit easier. And then in February this year, I met, well, it was actually in January we started talking, but in February we met for the first time. I found a new partner, and we obviously had the inkling that some things were starting to shut down and go into lockdown and stuff like that. So just before the first lockdown happened, we moved him here in as what would be described as a lodger, just somebody staying with myself and the other guy I was living with. And the landlord said that was totally cool, that was fine. And then 3 or 4 months down the line, the letting agency kind of said, wait a minute, that's not actually fine, that's kind of illegal apparently, because the landlord doesn't have a license to have that many occupants at this particular place. I don't know. It was kind of confusing. But apparently it was fine, but they wanted to make sure, and I don't know. Eventually it just came down to the conclusion that one of us was supposed to leave. The guy that moved in with me originally at the end of 2019 was not willing to move, and that's fine. Totally agree with that. And I'd said over the past few years that I wanted to move out of that flat, and this came as a kind of a kick in that direction. So myself and my new boyfriend found a place, a terraced house, still rented, of course, because who can buy a house these days? And we've been staying here for 2 months now, ish. And only at this point, now that we're fully set up and I'm working completely remotely, I've been since March, and I got myself a microphone arm and a pop guard, so I can be a bit more professional about my Let's Plays, because I actually wanted to start doing them again, and I think now I'm ready. I'm able to prioritize a few things in my life a bit better now, and yeah, I'm ready to restart doing some videos again. Same as it used to be. Nothing really is going to change. No face, no intro, no plugs to subscribe or like. I never cared for any of that. I never will. It's all about the content for me, and that's all it will be. I'm going to try, and it's going to be difficult, but I'd like to get people in on my videos again, because of course I had Blue joining me for my Crash Bandicoot playthrough. Ideally, I would like to continue that in as best way as I possibly can, but obviously with the lockdown again, which is preventing anybody from seeing anyone, that might become difficult. But if we can do it online, then who knows? I could probably stream it to him, he can record his voice, I can merge them together. We'll see. Or I can do it, we can do post audio recordings. I can make the video and then we just talk over the top of it. Similar to how, I don't know if anybody watches Chip Cheesem's Let's Plays, similar to how he and Ironicus do their videos. So yeah, that is the overall story over the past 2 years and where I've been, and a kind of welcome back for myself to the world of Let's Plays. I'm going to I'm going to continue on from where I left off with Tie 3, Vanquish, and what's the last one? Singularity. I also might consider making another Tie Glitch Fest, because I made a few mistakes and there were a lot that I didn't actually cover that quite a lot of people put in the comments, and I was very grateful for that. So I might make another video on that. I'm not exactly a professional in terms of speedrunning or glitch finding. The majority of the glitches and speedrunning strategies in that video I had found myself due to the sheer amount of times I've played that game, which is quite substantial. I've been playing that game since 2002, roughly, and I have it on most consoles. It's not a brag, it's just me saying that, most of those things I did actually find myself. I didn't really need to reference anybody else's videos because I knew they were already there. So yeah, I will be continuing on from those 3 Let's Plays that I mentioned. I might also consider catching up where I left off on Tie 3 on Steam, so that it can be a higher quality video instead of the horrific 480p PlayStation 2 rubbish. But we'll see. That would mean replaying all of what I've done so far, and if you've been watching those videos, you might realize that I might not be interested in doing that. Tie 3 is certainly not one of the best of that lot. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's everything I wanted to cover in this video. Thank you very much for kind of sticking by. And I noticed that I kept still getting subscribers despite the fact I hadn't uploaded anything in ages. So thanks to you guys too. And hopefully more videos will come.